Okay, so I'm not going to spend too much time on this one. Everybody, if you're new to the channel, please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. But this is going to be my Shakur Stevenson versus Jamel Herring prediction. Shakur Stevenson is 24 years old. His record reads 16-0. He has 8 wins coming by way of knockout, and he's 24 years old. Jamel Herring's 35 years old. His record reads 23-2 with 11 wins coming by way of knockout. Okay. Herring has a couple inches of height and a couple inches of reach over Shakur Stevenson. They're both southpaws. I do think it's an interesting matchup. I do think it's a nice step up in competition for Shakur Stevenson. It is an interesting boxing match. I do think it's going to be interesting to see how Shakur does with such a big jump up in competition. Jamel Herring's my boy. I like him. He's the fighting Marine, A, B, C, and D, Semper Fi, all that shit. I respect the guy. I think he's a classy dude. This is gonna be a boxing match, not a war. Let me put that to you one. It's gonna be a very it's gonna be a battle of technicalities, bro. It's southpaw versus southpaw. It's, the young man versus the old man. It's the guy who's a little bit bigger versus the guy who's a little bit shorter. Like I say, Herring's about 5'10", Shakur's about 5'8". Neither one of them have a big knockout power. Shakur's, 16-0 with 8 knockouts. Herring's 23-2 with 11 knockouts. So neither one of them is a big knockout puncher. I do expect this fight to go the distance. And honestly, guys, if it does go the distance as I expect it to, they're not going to let Shakur Stevenson lose a decision to Jamel Herring, somebody who's 36 years old and on his way out the door. I can't stand when all these fucking casuals are now using Max Kellerman and Bernardo Suno's lingo. Blue chip fighter, blue chip fighter, blue chip fighter, blue chip. The next dude who says blue chip to me needs a fucking blue fucking steel hammer shoved up his ass. But anyways, I'm so sick of fucking hearing that. That term came out 2 fucking years ago. Now every casual on the planet seems to be using that term. Blue chip fighter, 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 blue chip fighter. Hold on while I blaze. Now, they're not going to let Shakur, like I say, I do expect this fight to go to decision. I think Shakur's just a little too young, a little too sharp, little too, I don't know how you'd put it, little too seasoned, little too much everything for Jamel Herring. He's too young, he's too sharp, he's too technical, he's too quick, he's got the whole package. I love Jamel Herring. I'm rooting for him to win this fight, but I just don't see him getting the job done, people. A lot of people were picking Carl Frampton to beat Herring earlier in the year in April. I told you Herring was going to stop Carl Frampton, okay, on my old channel. This was before I got rid of my old channel now. I said Frampton was too small, and that was a great win for Herring, but in the same breath, that guy was Frampton's a fucking bantamweight, a blown-up bantamweight. These guys have sparred with each other. They have history with each other before. I think this is more or less going to be Jamel Herring's final fight. To be quite honest with you, I think if he loses this fight, he's going to go ahead and retire. And he carved out a nice little career for himself. God bless him between that and the Marine Corps, and God bless Jamel Herring. But I don't see him beating Shakur Stevenson. I think Shakur's too young, too sharp, too quick. He's not as war-torn as Jamel Herring. Not that Jamel Herring's a big brawler or anything, but he's just fresher. He's just a lot. That was the word I was looking for earlier. He's just a lot fresher than Jamel Herring is. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, if this fight's close and it goes to the cards, they're not going to have Shakur Stevenson lose in favor of a 36-year-old who's on his way out the fucking door, people. So for my official prediction, I got Shakur Stevenson winning this fight. by unanimous decision. I think it's going to be competitive in spurts. I do think it'll be competitive, but it'll be a close but competitive. It'll be a competitive fight, but with a clear, decisive winner. You know what I'm saying? So I expect Shakur Stevenson to win a 9-3, 8-4 type of decision in this fight. The one thing I will say, though, is Jamel Herring is a little bit bigger. He's got some reach on him. He's got some height on him. So if he does start tagging Shakur, which I don't think he's going to be able to touch Shakur at all, but if he does, it is going to be interesting to see how Shakur Stevenson responds to it, because we haven't really seen Shakur get hit like that yet. So, but I don't think Jamel Herring's going to be the guy to do that. So ultimately, I do favor Shakur Stevenson to win this fight. I think he beats him in a pretty clear, unanimous decision, people. I'd love to see Herring pull it off, especially with all the bullshit that's going on with the Marines and that fucking idiot Biden right now. But, you know, my head tells me one thing, my heart says another. I'm going with the smart pick, whether by hook or by crook, as me and somebody else were talking about the other night. Whether by hook or by crook, Shakur Stevenson's going to win this fight, people. So I got Shakur Stevenson winning this fight on unanimous decision. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. And God bless you all. Salute.